may patuloy tayo, may babasahin at dito yung um, newsletter, weekly news. From weekly newsletter. Shalom from the West Coast, USA. The last week proved to be extremely fruitful as Steve Yon and I spent nearly a week together working on the next installment of the Near Tabor Mossad thriller series. Though we are excited about it would be a rather large understatement. Speaking of which, if you have not already ordered your copy of Operation Joktan, it's not too late as things continue to heat up in the Gulf region between Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Iranian proxy fighters this week. This book is perhaps more relevant than ever. I have often been asked why I am committed to a fiction series. The answer is simple. If there is an opportunity to create a fictional plot wherein I can point to the truth of Bible prophecy and expose the gospel, it's a major win. Not only does it help further educate believers, but it opens the door to an unbelieving audience. If you're waiting for me to get back to the non-fiction genre, stay tuned. I am very excited about what's on the agenda for the coming months. Regarding the relevance of Operation Nocturne, a whole new shift has taken place in the Middle East this week, as I've alluded to before. The region of the world never takes a holiday. Big things are underway this week, which is why I'll be giving a Middle East update today at 8:30 a.m. PST concerning war in the Arabian Peninsula. As you may have noticed, I've been very busy on Telegram this week. If you have not already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel for real-time updates on events in the Middle East and more. In addition to the following highlights from the Middle East, make sure to view my breaking news segment from earlier this week regarding the Iranian back attack in the Gulf region. Highlights from the Middle East: Israel. The IDF fulfilled another airtime military drill, Desert Falcon, with the US last week. Additionally, Israel aerospace industries IAA tested the Arrow-3 missile defense system, which was a success. This system is designed to intercept ballistic missiles from outside the atmosphere. While Russia has all but invaded its neighbor to the west, Ukraine, in President Putin's pursuit of the expansion of his empire, from cyber attacks to staged military drills as a means for invasion. The Russians remain on the offensive surrounding Ukraine more and more on a daily basis. All of this has caused Ukraine to prepare for a large-scale military confrontation any day now. But don't think he's content with Ukraine only as a Russian nuclear submarine was recently spotted near the US, bringing significant concern to the White House. Russia is even getting its foot in the door in Kazakhstan amid the nation protest. It is appropriate to say that Russia has been acting very good skill lately. Furthermore, Russia is cooperating with Belarus in the case of a conflict with Ukraine. On the flip side, UK and US are showing increasing support for Ukraine. The US is even mulling over the idea of deploying troops in Ukraine with an imminent Russian attack on the horizon. References to nuclear weaponry have even surfaced. The UK has already sent multiple C-17 cargo planes full of weapons and anti-tank missiles, with NATO crumbling the Russians put the world notice yesterday, signaling that if their demands are not met, they will proceed as necessary to safeguard their security. North Korea Kim Jong-un, bless his heart, held another ballistic missile launch after the U.S. increased sanctions on his country in recent days. In fact, they managed to hit their target. Other missiles were launched in the days that followed. Lebanon, our unpleasant neighbor to the north, is said to receive oil from Israel after the U.S. retracted sanctions previously installed targeting the Assad regime in Syria. Via Israeli oil sites in Egypt, the gas will flow to Jordan, then to Syria before arriving in Lebanon. Also out of Lebanon, an assailant fired a rock in the direction of Israel yesterday. Iran, more explosions were reported over the weekend in the western region of the country, following suit with other similar reports. These were allegedly air defense system tests. However, there is speculation concerning what actually took place amid conflicting reports. Iran also remains busy expanding its Imam Ali missile base, but of even more notoriety, Iran's proxy war in the region is alive, and well, this time Iran's detest for its neighbors in the Gulf region resulted in an attack on the UAE via the Houthi rebels in Yemen. The rebels launched near 2 dozen explosive drones and close to a dozen ballistic missiles, resulting in the explosions of multiple oil tanks in Abu Dhabi. 3 people were killed and an additional 6 were wounded. This escalated even more when a transport plane was hit in Shabwa, rendering the plane out of use. Saudi Arabia has entered the scene after its air defense system shot down at least 8 more explosive drones in a retaliatory Saudi coalition strike in Yemen. Several people were killed. The, the UAE is officially engaged in the Iranian proxy war, which can be seen in the fact that the Houthis and officials from the UAE are issuing frequent warnings. Of course, a host of Iranian proxy groups in the Middle East applauded the Houthis as of yesterday. The Houthis are threatening to strike Burj Khalifa. Libya, you may remember that I mentioned the potential normalization of ties between Israel and Libya in the future on Friday. General Khalifa Haftar's executive plane landed in Israel from Cyprus for a short visit before flying back to Cyprus. Stay tuned. Yemen, the Yemeni civil war rages on. Just days ago, the internationally recognized government confirmed the assassinations of the Houthis General Abdullah Qasim